All right, y'all know what time it is. What time is it? It's time for the LaDonna Raeh Show. You know we talk to all those content creators from all over the world. I'm talking, well, Dallas, and Dallas. Yeah, you know why I'm saying Dallas, because it means something today, baby. Y'all, give it up for Dallas Jackson! Hey, you know what? Here's the thing. Dallas Jackson is on and popping. We are talking to director, producer Dallas Jackson. If you haven't gotten out in select theaters to watch the movie The System, get on out there. Welcome, Dallas.
Welcome, LaDonna. I mean, thank you for having me. By the way, I'm sorry, you got me so hyped up. I'm discombobulated. I've done a lot of interviews. That's probably the most hyped intro of all of them. So you doing your thing over there. I'm welcoming you to your own show. That's how hyped you got me.
Well, you know what? Thank you so much. And it's such a pleasure to have you on the show. We are just happy to have that whole, platform, but it's like, man, I want you to feel like welcome.
Yeah, I'm ready to like dance or drink or something. I don't know. You got me hyped up. So thank you. This is very a very warm welcome from me. So I appreciate it. And the system is currently on Apple and Amazon. So I just want to make a little thing. I don't know if it's in theaters, but you can still check. It was, but if not, you can watch it at home. We'll get into
Yes,
that.
yes, you're right. It was, of course, you're right. It was, and I had the pleasure of watching it and bragging about it because here in Chicago, we need these little, should I say, these subliminal messages,
Mm.
especially that you have it throughout the entire movie. You've got people like Tyrese, Terrence Howard, Lil Yachty. I mean, it's just a plethora of talent in this particular movie. But to come up with something like this, it's not just another prison movie.
Mm.
What what made you like come go about it in this direction so that people can, I guess, wake up?
Yeah. It's got a woke element for sure. The original idea came from a producer had sent me an article about prisoners being made to fight to the death in a private prison, I believe in upstate New York. And I just kind of went down this rabbit hole of reoccurrences and information and corrupt things going on in the private prison system. And I wanted to explore and pull that curtain back. And the more I delved into it, I was like, there's a movie here that needs to be informative, but at the same time, that's action filled because there's some very crazy things that go on in these facilities because they're unregulated. The state used to regulate the prison system. Now it's corporations that regulate it. So it means it's private. It means they're trying to get profit. And so it all wrapped itself up for me into let's tell this story of this brother who goes undercover into this private prison system so we could pull back the curtain on this and wrap it up in an action movie. So you get some sugar with the medicine, you get some martial arts, you get some action, and you also get this important piece of information about what's going on inside these facilities.
And speaking of inside of these facilities, this was no set. You were inside of an actual prison.
Mm-hmm.
What was that like? I mean, did you go in and be like, "All right, y'all, don't lock the doors, okay?" I mean,
Uh,
what would take us through? Take us through.
yeah, basically, don't lock the doors, watch our backs. We getting out of here before the sun goes down. That was initially right how we were approaching it. The first day we were on set, which was inside the prison. Tyrese came in and was like, he looked around. We walked through this corridor, and he was like, "Hey, bro, how you get them extras back in them cells back there?" And I was like, "The main extras, bro. This is a live facility. We in a real facility." Which he did not know that first day. And come to maybe week 2, we had made friends with the guards. We had made friends with the inmates. We made 6 trustees who are inmates that are on good behavior on their way out, PAs on the movie. So we actually paid inmates to work on the film. At the end of the day, they had an ATM machine in the lobby where you could put money on prisoners' books. So we would upload their payroll every day into the ATM. We were able to put some inmates in the movie and actually pay them for that. And it was transformative for us because we were making this movie about this corrupt private prison, but at the same time, we were also contributing to these inmates inside and letting them be a part of the movie, letting them be a part of the experience. We became friends with them. We bonded with them. Jeremy Piven, who plays the warden, actually hung out with the real warden at this facility. Yeah.
I didn't like him. He did too good of a job. I was just like, oh God, if I had the opportunity to choke him out, I seriously would do that.
He was the villain. You don't have a good hero, you don't have a good action movie without a good villain. And he was able to not only bring his own thing to it, but glean some information from the real warden there. And so the experience of being inside this facility matched and doubled any set we could have built. It gave us a certain level of authenticity for the movie. And also we were able to ask inmates, hey, is this how it goes down? Oh, before y'all fight, you take your shoes off. Oh, thank you. So we're going to put that in the movie. This is how you get down in the mess hall. Okay, we're going to put that in the movie. So we had direct consultants right there on set with us, which were real inmates inside this facility.
Was that ever a conflict of interest though? Because I would think that if I'm a prison, I don't want these things let out. I'm sorry, my dog is like whining in the background. I hope do you hear my dog?
No, I thought it was a special effect. I don't hear nothing.
Oh, okay. You don't hear nothing. Okay.
No, I thought you had the Arsenio,
right. Right. Yeah, no, he's a new but go ahead. Was it ever a conflict of interest, for the prison to like, oh, we don't want that to get out. Oh no, you can't say that. I'm just curious.
I mean, look, while we were shooting, there was some times where we were like, y'all sure we gonna be able to go? Hey, let's get this scene before they see what, because there were a lot of things that we were discussing inside this facility that applied to this facility. And not in terms of this facility being that we shot in corrupt, quote unquote, but we were talking about some things in this movie with the prison system in general. And so, look, I'm going to say this. Mississippi, they allowed us to come down there and use the facility. I don't know who read the script or who didn't read the script, but we got a thumbs up from the people that work there, the inmates, and they've actually reached back out to us and said they saw the movie and enjoyed it. So go figure, right? But God bless them for letting us use that facility because it really gave us even just the attitude of Tyrese in this movie. And the inmates we had in the movie all felt the power of these walls and feeling like a real prisoner. The only difference for Tyrese and Terrence were that they could go home after 12 hours. They weren't locked inside all night. But when we left, our extras and our PAs and all that, they had to stay there.
Did they ever, like, I'm talking about like Tyrese and Terrence and Lil Yachty, did they ever feel like, okay, can we hurry up and get up out of here? I know you said before dark, but did they ever feel, you probably give me the warm fuzzy answer, but did they ever feel unsafe?
Well, we had security and the prison security watching us, so no one ever really felt unsafe. But there was, particularly with Tyrese, an urgency to get this one done because he was feeling the physical weight of playing a prisoner. He was feeling that, and he brought that to camera. But a lot of that was him really feeling that way. There's a certain zen to Terrence's character, and it's because he was channeling some relatives as he's known that's been inside and what their attitude was inside, which was this very calm, zen-like attitude for them to survive.
Yeah,
So
I could tell that he was channeling because I felt like he had been there before. And
mhm.
Tyrese definitely. Now I gotta give credit to his stunt double that I
Mhm.
fell in love with, because I'm like, Tyrese ain't that strong. He ain't that big. Yo, give it up for Larry DePeister. Larry, give me a call. But my point is, in having those transitions and being able to be in the moment, I could really feel that in Tyrese's character, especially when you slid in. You were slick. You were real slick, Dallas. You slid in there that those men are not just prisoners. They are kings, fathers,
Mhm.
sons, brothers. You said kings, though. Like,
Mhm.
this wasn't just some ordinary person locked up. They made bad decisions and they got the consequences. But you pointed out that they were actual kings. And man, where my sound effects at? Kudos to you, because that is so huge. Huge.
Look, how many fathers do you know that have been locked up? How many innocent black men do you know that have been locked up? How many men that were trying to do the right thing and had the potential to be a king make one bad decision and end up locked up? And so, even though on the inside, when this happens to these men, they still have value, they're still human beings, they still have the king potential in them. Malcolm X was not Malcolm X until he got locked up, and then he came out and realized his potential as a king. So these men inside, we wanted to make a point that they're not just prisoners. They're not just people with numbers on their back. They had a life. I mean, and look, some people, they deserve to be in prison, right? They did some things where, yeah, you need to go in there. But there are a lot of men, because there is a system in place where there's more prisons being built now than colleges in this country. The only way that you can keep a prison open is to fill it with bodies, and they go get those bodies from our community. Guilty or innocent, they got to keep those bodies in there to keep that facility open, because that facility might be keeping a whole town alive economically. So, yes, we wanted to make a point that the men inside are more than men, and there's some husbands in there, there's some brothers in there, there's some kings in there.
And some husbands, ex-husbands.
Oh,
I'm just
copy
saying.
that. Yes, some of those,
Just
some of
saying.
those too. Some of those too.
All right. Well, we're going to get to a segment real quick. It's going to be 3 random ask questions. All right, here we go.
You have to
It's
take a
time.
shot.
What'd you say?
You have to take a shot or anything after these.
Not today. Maybe
Okay.
next time. But there is a
Copy
catch.
that. All right, copy.
We're about to do random ask questions right here on the LaDonna Raeh Show with producer and filmmaker Dallas Jackson. And when we ask him these questions, Dallas, I'm sorry, but you cannot ask the audience. You can't Google it. You can't ask Siri. You certainly can't ask Alexa. And you can't say, I don't know. Are you
Okay,
ready?
I'm ready.
All right. First random ask question is, describe in 30 seconds a day in the life of a movie prisoner. Go.
They wake up, they get out their trailer because they're not really in prison, they're a movie prisoner. They hit hair and makeup, they put on their prison uniform, they get to set. Hopefully, they learn their lines. I'm not referring to any actor in particular, but they start to interact with the real guards and the real inmates, and they hopefully pull off the job of being a movie prisoner.
Wow, you did it. You did it. Hold on. Wait, you know what? Forget that one. All right. So you did that in 30. It was actually 24 seconds. So
Boom.
good job. You did it in 24 seconds. Time for the next random ass question. All right.
Go.
Okay. Next random ass question is, if you could work with, or should I say, if you could compare yourself, no, we're going to stay easy. If you could be in any movie either past, right now, out in theaters, or ones that you know are coming out soon, which one would it be?
You got to put me in a Star Wars movie. I'm a Jedi. I'm a Jedi in real life, so why not be a Jedi in the Star Wars universe? You know, I'm mentally doing Jedi mind tricks every day to get my movies made. I'm moving stuff with my hands and my mind. And I'm just, you know, slick with martial arts in my mind. So I would have to say, put me in Empire Strikes Back, or put me in a future Star Wars movie. And my
Okay.
middle name should be Jedi.
Who knew? I totally agree. Dallas Jedi Jackson. I
See?
love it.
Yeah. See, it's got a ring to it.
It does. All right. Well, our third and final random ass question right here with Dallas Jackson is you're going to love this. You're going to love this.
Okay.
If you could move any type of time frame from past or present, okay, what in the past would you move to the present, and what in the present would you move to the past? Now that one, it might be a little bit complicated, and if I need to repeat it, I will.
Repeat it.
All right. What in the present would you move to the past, and what in the past would you move to the present?
Okay. I would bring the 80s back to right now. I miss those movies. I miss that music. I miss the whole 80s vibe. So I would bring the 80s to right now. Now, I don't know what we would do with missing that decade then, but I would bring that 80s vibe right now in the mix of social media and all that. It would be live. And I would move back reality shows, get them out of here, put them back in the 70s. All that reality crap that started with Jerry Springer, put it back in the 70s, and hopefully it died there. And we just stay right here in this live 80s vibe with hip hop just blowing up and breakdancing blowing up. And, you know, we get these movies like Back to the Future and Raiders of the Lost Ark. Bring all that back.
All right, y'all, give it up for Dallas Jackson. Make sure you tune in and get The System in Your System. That's right, starring Tyrese, Terrence Howard, and Lil Yachty. I didn't want to, you know, this is your interview. Of course, I could ask you questions about Terrence, because that's the only celebrity I would really lose it for. Okay.
He might like you. He might, y'all might get along. He's actually really funny. Like, he's super funny. And such a cool dude. Y'all might vibe. I could hook that up. Holler at me.
Yeah, that'd be great. That'd be great. Thank you. But
I got to talk to his wife. My bad. I talked.
Right? Yeah, I know. We could just be friends. I just love Terrence Howard. He's so laid back. But Tyrese has really come to be when it comes to being an actor. I'm so proud of him. Lil Yachty did it as well, and there's a slew of others. But I wanted to make this about you, Dallas. This is your project, and I wanted to make this about you. You shine. They wouldn't have been a part of the system had you not put them in the system. Right?
I see what you did there.
Yeah, a little bit. But make sure you guys get the system in your system. Tell them how, Dallas Jackson. Tell them again.
You can get the system right now on demand. You can get the system on Apple TV and at Amazon at Prime Video. And make sure, double check, it might still be playing in a theater near you in your city. But if not, sit down on the couch, pull up Apple or Amazon on demand, click the system, get your popcorn, get your Coca-Cola, get your Mike and Ike's, whatever it is, and sit back and enjoy.
You really did go back to the 80s with the Mike and Ike's, though.
I told you, that's what we need to do.
Yeah. All right, I'm with you. I have to admit, I like the 80s myself. What can I say?
I mean, it's just They didn't do that decade again after that. That was a one in a lifetime decade. Let's bring it back.
All right. I know you're going to bring it back to another theater. You're going to have an 80s movie. I know. I feel it. It's coming.
Well, in this movie, actually, the system is kind of a homage to 80s action movies. You know, we wanted to, Tyrese, I made him watch this movie called First Blood, which was Stallone's action movie about Vietnam vets in 85. And so we just wanted to capture those vibes. Escape from New York, another favorite action movie from the 80s. We want to bring that vibe to this movie.
All right, good deal. I didn't want to mention Fight Club, but you know, when I saw all that blood, I was like, geez, you know. But thank you so much for being on the LaDonna Raeh Show. You have been an amazing guest, and you are welcome to come back anytime. We're gonna let you go, Dallas.
I appreciate y'all. Thank you so much for having me. You keep giving me those hype intros. I'll be right back. I'll be back tomorrow if you holler at me.
Come on, let's do this. All right, y'all.
Thank you.
All right, so we just gave it up to Dallas Jackson. Let me tell you something. When you have people like that on your show, you can't do nothing but blow up, baby. Get out there and watch the system and make sure you get the vibe going. Let everybody know how you enjoyed it, because I enjoyed it so much, I had to watch it a few times. That's right. We spent our money, okay? Subscriptions, all of that. So definitely give it up for Dallas Jackson. He's a filmmaker. He's a black filmmaker. And he's a cool dude. What can I say? All right. But now we got to get to the money, right? Let's get to the money. Make sure you follow me and subscribe on YouTube. That's youtube.com/LaDonna Raeh Show. And you can follow me on social media. I'm on every day. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Tomorrow I'll be on with my ex-husband, Wakanda Forever, because we have the Happily Divorced Show. Yeah, we actually promote marriage, but just not to each other. That's it for now. Bye-bye. See you next time. I'm LaDonna Raeh. Bye-bye.
Turn it up all the way on the LaDonna Raeh Show.
Peace. All right, Dallas, hold on.